Breaking news from the heart of the U.S. auto market. Toyota has just set off a seismic shockwave that's rattling every corner of the truck industry. In a move nobody saw coming, Toyota has unleashed massive discounts on its full-size trucks, including the Tundra, in a direct and brutal blow to its competitors. We're not talking about a few $100 off. We're talking thousands, up to $10,000 in cash incentives, unheard-of financing rates, and unheard-of lease deals that are pulling buyers in like a magnet. Ford, GM, Ram, none of them were ready for this. And now, they're scrambling to figure out how to keep up. Toyota, long considered the steady, reliable force in the truck space, has suddenly turned aggressive. It's no longer just about quality and longevity. It's about price domination. Dealerships across the country are slashing prices like it's Black Friday. Reports are pouring in from Texas, Florida, California, and beyond. A 2024 Toyota Tundra that was retailing at nearly $60,000 is now being offered for as low as $47,000 with factory-backed incentives and dealer markdown stacked together. That's a truck with hybrid power, twin-turbo muscle, and Toyota's legendary durability, now priced to undercut its American rivals by a wide margin. So why is Toyota doing this now? The answer lies in a perfect storm of rising inventory levels, softening consumer demand, and intense price wars ignited by competitors. Ford slashed prices on its F-150. Ram began offering loyalty cash and financing rates near zero. Even GM got aggressive with Silverado discounts. But Toyota was quiet until now. And instead of nibbling around the edges, they've come in with a full-scale assault. With production back on track and inventory finally catching up after years of supply chain chaos, Toyota is now leaning on volume and conquest sales to capture a larger piece of the full-size truck market, especially from loyal Ford and Chevy buyers. What's more shocking is the timing. This isn't end-of-year clearance. It's not a leftover inventory push. These are brand new 2024 models. And Toyota is bundling discounts with special APRs as low as 0.9%, extended warranties, and even prepaid maintenance plans just to sweeten the deal. Industry insiders say Toyota is targeting a 20% sales surge in its truck segment before the year ends. They've told dealers to get aggressive, move units, and steal market share fast. And with interest rates still high and inflation squeezing wallets, this kind of aggressive pricing isn't just appealing, it's irresistible. But doesn't stop there. Dealers are now offering custom package discounts, trade-in bonuses, and even loyalty cash to owners of competing brands. Got a Ford? That could be worth an extra $1,000 off. Driving a Ram? Make that $1,500. The gloves are off. Toyota wants conquest buyers, and they're paying dealers to deliver. Combine that with reports of some buyers walking away with $12,000 to $13,000 off sticker, and you've got a scenario that's sending shockwaves through Detroit. Ford dealers are panicking. GM dealers are fuming. Ram is reportedly rushing to retool its incentives for next month just to keep traffic on the lot. And let's not forget, this price war is playing out just as the 2025 models are being prepped for launch. That puts even more pressure on automakers to offload current inventory before it starts aging on the lot. Toyota's bombshell move is a strategic masterstroke, forcing the entire industry to react. If you're in the market for a truck, this is the moment you've been waiting for. If you're selling trucks, this is your worst nightmare. And it's not just full-size pickups that are caught in the crossfire. Toyota is also quietly discounting its Tacoma mid-size lineup, with cashback deals and low APR offers creeping into multiple regions. It's becoming clear that Toyota isn't just reacting to the market. They're trying to reshape it entirely. Their aim? Total pricing dominance across the truck category for the rest of the year. The message is loud and clear. Toyota is done playing defense. They're swinging hard, and the first punch has landed. Now the question is, how will the big three respond? Will Ford match those discounts? Can GM afford another price cut on the Silverado? Will Ram hold the line or crumble under pressure? The battle lines have been drawn, and what happens next could redefine the entire U.S. truck market as we know it. And while Toyota steals headlines and foot traffic, there's another twist quietly unfolding behind the scenes. And that twist lies in the used truck market. With new Tundras and Tacomas hitting rock-bottom prices, used truck values, especially from rival brands, are beginning to plummet. Dealers are reporting sudden drops in trade-in appraisals, particularly for older F-150s, Silverados, and even previous generation Tundras. One dealer in Oklahoma said he had to knock $3,000 off a used Ram 1500 he just got on the lot because buyers were walking straight to the new Toyota section. The ripple effect is undeniable. This isn't just about Toyota moving new units. It's about shaking consumer perception across the board. And here's the kicker. Toyota is combining this pricing blitz with an aggressive ad campaign that highlights reliability, resale value, and now, unbeatable affordability. TV spots, digital banners, radio. Toyota's marketing is flooding every outlet with one message. Why pay more for a truck that does less? They're taking aim at Ford's aluminum body repairs, GM's reliability issues, and Ram's depreciating value. And they're doing it with confidence backed by deep corporate pockets and bulletproof brand loyalty. For the first time in years, Toyota isn't just selling on reputation. They're attacking on price, tech, and performance all at once. Meanwhile, the mood in Detroit is tense. Sources say GM executives are holding emergency meetings with regional dealers to assess the fallout. Ford insiders are reportedly debating whether to accelerate 2025 F-150 rollout plans or offer their own surprise incentive packages in the coming weeks. And Stellantis? Ram has already started adjusting MSRP levels behind the scenes, a quiet signal that they might be prepping for a discount battle of their own. But Toyota's strategy doesn't stop at the dealership level. Behind closed doors, automakers are watching something even more concerning: Toyota's supply chain advantage. Unlike many competitors still grappling with semiconductor shortages and parts bottlenecks, Toyota's lean manufacturing system has allowed them to ramp up production quickly and efficiently. That means they're not just offering discounts to clear inventory. They're doing it while maintaining steady output. That's a dangerous combination. High volume, low price, strong brand trust. Truck buyers are catching on fast. Online forums are flooded with posts from consumers who were dead set on getting a Ford or Ram, but switched to Toyota after seeing the deals. TikTok and YouTube are buzzing with real-life breakdowns of cost savings, showing side-by-side comparisons that favor Toyota by thousands of dollars. The narrative is shifting, and Toyota is steering the conversation. At the heart of this price war is the American consumer. Families, contractors, farmers, weekend warriors, people who rely on their trucks and can't afford to overpay in a shaky economy. With gas prices creeping back up and inflation eating into every paycheck, Toyota's aggressive move is striking a nerve. It's less about brand pride now and more about cold, hard numbers. And right now, Toyota's numbers are winning. What happens next could send the entire truck market into a frenzy. Will Toyota push even further? Will Ford and GM retaliate with even deeper cuts? And how will this affect long-term brand loyalty in a market built on generational trust? The dominoes are falling, and Toyota just pushed the first one over with force. And the timing couldn't be more critical. As the second half of the year rolls in, automakers are facing a brutally competitive landscape. Inventory levels are climbing. Interest rates are still punishing, and consumer confidence wavering. Toyota's decision to fire the first shot in this discount war is more than just a sales tactic. It's a full-on strategic ambush. And the others? They're still trying to figure out whether to fight back, hold their ground, or risk bleeding market share until it's too late. Analysts are now warning of a race to the bottom, a scenario where manufacturers slash prices just to keep customers in the showroom, even if it means sacrificing margins. But here's what makes Toyota different. They can afford it. Thanks to global scale, efficient operations, and strong hybrid sales across other segments, Toyota has the cushion to absorb a price war and keep pushing. GM and Ford? Their margins are already being squeezed by EV investments, union pressures, and rising production costs. Ram is navigating internal turmoil at Stellantis and trying to maintain its market relevance with an aging lineup. Toyota? They're operating from a position of strength. And that strength is translating into momentum. Dealers who once struggled to get Tundras on the lot are now reporting truckloads of new arrivals, and customers showing up with checkbooks in hand. In some markets, demand has been so strong that buyers are placing deposits on incoming discounted inventory before it even hits the lot. One dealership in Nevada reportedly sold 7 Tundras in one afternoon, all to buyers who originally came in to look at other brands. That's the power of smart pricing. That's the result of confidence in your product. But here's the bigger play that's unfolding quietly behind the scenes. Toyota isn't just targeting individual sales. They're chasing fleet dominance. Construction companies, small business owners, municipalities. They all rely on volume truck purchases, and Toyota's new pricing structure is tailor-made to win those deals. With extended warranties, simplified maintenance programs, and aggressive per-unit pricing, Toyota is signaling to fleet buyers, "We're ready for your business." That alone could shift thousands of units away from Ford and GM in the coming months. And once fleet contracts are locked in, those relationships tend to last for years. Still, there's a looming question that has every automaker watching nervously. What's next? If this is just the beginning, and Toyota is planning even deeper cuts or package upgrades to sweeten the pot, the rest of the industry might be forced to follow, whether they want to or not. And if that happens, it could set off a chain reaction not just in trucks, but across SUVs and even sedans. When one domino falls in the auto industry, the rest are never far behind. Meanwhile, consumer behavior is shifting faster than the competition can react. People are starting to see the value, not just in cost, but in what Toyota is offering for that cost. Advanced safety features come standard. Hybrid options offer better mileage without the range anxiety of full EVs. And Toyota's rock-solid reliability is adding long-term value that Ford and GM are struggling to match. This isn't a fire sale. It's a value revolution. And the message is clear. If you want more for your money, the new truck capital might just have moved to Japan. All eyes are now on the next sales reports, and they're likely to tell a dramatic story. Toyota's bet is already paying off in foot traffic, online leads, and dealer confidence. But the final score will be written in sales numbers, market share shifts, and how fiercely Detroit decides to respond. Because make no mistake, this isn't just a flash in the pan. This is a calculated, deliberate move to steal loyalty, win mind share, and dominate the second half of the year. And if the early indicators are anything to go by, Toyota is not just gaining ground. They're rewriting the rules of the truck war. Social media is already exploding with side-by-side comparisons, testimonials from new buyers, and even former diehard Ford and Chevy owners who are proudly showing off their new Tundras. Hashtags like hashtag Toyota Takeover and hashtag Truck Switch are gaining traction on TikTok and Instagram. Influencers and auto reviewers are flooding timelines with real-world tests, praising Toyota's hybrid torque, towing capacity, and off-road packages, especially when stacked against the competition's higher prices and lower incentives. In fact, one viral video shows a buyer walking out of a Ford dealership after getting quoted on an F-150 Lariat, only to go down the road and buy a similarly equipped Tundra for $9,500 less, with a better warranty and a lower interest rate. That's not just a price difference, it's a deal breaker for loyalty. And it's having real consequences in the boardrooms of Detroit. GM's internal reports reportedly show a 12% drop in Silverado test drives in regions where Toyota's ad blitz has been most aggressive. Ford dealers are calling for emergency manufacturer assistance to stay competitive in states like Arizona, where Toyota's dealer network is rapidly eating into their market share. Even Ram, long known for its value-oriented pricing, is being forced to revisit its national rebate structure just to avoid bleeding buyers. But here's something no one is talking about yet. Toyota's long-term strategy is about more than price. It's about laying the groundwork for when they unleash the next-gen Tacoma and Tundra hybrids and, eventually, fully electric trucks. By bringing in new customers now, buyers who may have never considered Toyota before, they're planting seeds for a future where loyalty is already baked in. Today's Tundra discount? That could be the start of a customer journey that leads to a Toyota EV truck tomorrow. And it doesn't stop at consumer sales either. The aftermarket is also beginning to shift. Accessory brands, off-road outfitters, and fleet upfitters are starting to focus more on Toyota platforms as demand rises. We're seeing a shift in truck culture. What was once dominated by Ford badges and Silverado grills is slowly, but steadily, starting to make space for Toyota logos. That cultural foothold could be just as valuable as the short-term sales. Meanwhile, Toyota's competitors are in a dilemma. Do they chase Toyota down the discount rabbit hole and risk profit erosion? Or do they hold the line and risk watching customers walk out the door? Ford has the F-150 Lightning to worry about. GM is betting big on electric trucks with Ultium platforms. Ram is still months away from delivering their next-gen offerings. But Toyota? They're moving now at full speed with a lineup that's ready, reliable, and suddenly affordable. And the implications go even deeper. If this discount war intensifies, it could affect supplier contracts, factory output planning, and even dealership staffing. Dealers might be forced to ramp up inventory handling logistics, and sales teams to handle the increased flow of traffic. Toyota's supply chain could be pushed to the limit, while other manufacturers may have to delay EV rollouts just to compete in the here and now. The ripple effect could touch everything, from ad budgets to factory overtime to Wall Street projections. This isn't just a flash sale. It's a full-frontal pricing campaign with strategic depth. Toyota is playing chess while others are still rolling the dice. And as the numbers come in, it's becoming increasingly clear this wasn't just a discount move. It was a market reset, one that may change how Americans buy trucks permanently. And now, the final chapter of this unfolding drama is coming into view, and it's one that could echo across the U.S. auto industry for years. Toyota didn't just drop prices, they dropped a statement. A message to Detroit and every automaker watching. We're not just here to compete, we're here to dominate. Sales data is already starting to reflect the impact. In key regions across the South, Midwest, and Mountain States, traditionally Ford and GM strongholds, Toyota's truck sales have spiked by double digits. Dealerships are reporting month-over-month surges not seen since pre-pandemic highs. Even more startling, analysts are now forecasting that if current trends continue, the Toyota Tundra could overtake the Ram 1500 in total U.S. sales by early next year. That's not just a win, it's a power shift in the full-size truck hierarchy. Meanwhile, loyalists from the Big Three are beginning to ask questions their brands didn't want them to ask. Why am I paying more for less towing? Why isn't my truck getting the mileage this Toyota does? Why did my warranty run out already? That brand loyalty, built over decades, is now on shaky ground. Toyota's gamble to trade short-term profits for long-term market control is looking less like a risk and more like a masterstroke. And as the dust settles, the industry is being forced to reassess everything. Pricing strategy, customer loyalty programs, even production priorities. Ford, GM, and Stellantis aren't going to sit back quietly. They will strike back. But the damage is done. Toyota has already captured a massive slice of consumer attention. And in an age where attention equals market power, they've got a head start that won't be easy to erase. For truck buyers, this is nothing short of golden window. With one move, Toyota has cracked open an opportunity that may not last forever. Discounts this deep, financing this low, inventory this strong. But as demand spikes and the market catches up, those discounts could dry up fast. If you've ever thought about switching brands, this might be your moment. Because the truck war just got real, and Toyota drew first blood. So buckle up. The road ahead is about to get even wilder. More price cuts are coming. More surprises are looming. And as the rest of the industry tries to catch up, one thing's for sure. Toyota's bombshell didn't just shake the market, it may have reshaped it forever. Thanks for watching, and if you're thinking about buying a truck soon, now you know exactly where the smart money is headed. Stay tuned. This battle is just getting started.